Special pricing tactics. Flexible pricing, also known as variable pricing. Different customers pay different prices for essentially the same merchandise bought in equal quantities. This pricing strategy is also known as dynamic pricing. Airlines in particular make use of this tactic. So, for example, the airline industry alters the price of its seats based on the type of seats, the number of seats remaining, and the amount of time before the flight departs. This particular tactic has also been used by Uber when you consider surge pricing at times of peak or high demand. The next one is professional service pricing. This is used by people with lengthy experience, training, and often certification by a licensing board, such as lawyers or doctors. For example, a surgeon may perform a heart operation and charge a flat fee of $10,000. The operation itself may require only 4 hours, resulting in $2,500 an hour as their hourly rate. The surgeon can justify these fees because of the lengthy education and the required to learn the complex procedure of the heart surgery. Now, truth be told, it's not only surgeons that charge so much. Have you guys ever got an electrician in to come do some work, or maybe know someone who's an electrician? Electricians can charge $90 an hour without even really bargaining. Plumbers? I remember growing up in Australia in the 1990s, plumbers and doctors and perhaps lawyers were the only three groups of people who could actually afford to have a mobile phone. Quite often, just a call-out fee for a plumber to come in is quite a bit. Now, of course, plumbers and carpenters or electricians, also known in Australia as sparkies, they can charge the amount they can charge because of the years of experience they have, as well as the fact there's not that many people doing that particular job. And the electricians in particular, their job does have quite a bit of hazard related to it. For example, electrocuting themselves or even potentially burning down a house if the circuitry is not done correctly. Leader pricing, also known as a loss leader pricing. A product is sold near or even below cost in hopes that a shopper will buy other items once they are in the store. A good example of this would be shops like Dan Murphy's, who will often have monthly or weekly specials on particular stock item. The idea is you may be enticed by that particular item, but now that you're here, you're likely to pick up other things as well. Bait pricing lures customers with a false or misleading price advertising and then uses high-pressure selling to persuade a consumer to buy more expensive merchandises. A good example of this would be companies like McDonald's or even KFC. Have you seen their promotions? In particular, they would have really cheap items like chicken nuggets or $1 cheeseburgers from time to time. And the idea is this gets you into the store. And just like loss leader pricing, now that you're here, you might as well get fries with that. And did you say upsize? Why not? So all of a sudden, you've spent a lot more money than you expected. Not to mention, the menus are so confusing. Have you walked into McDonald's and, as you walk in, you're standing there trying to read the menu and all you see is bright colors. Kind of difficult, but as you get closer to the counter, all of a sudden, there's this anxiety and pressure of what to order. And next thing you know, though you came in for an apple pie and maybe a vanilla ice cream, you just bought a Big Mac with fries and Coke, and of course, you upsized it. Odd-even pricing, also known as psychological pricing, using odd-numbered prices to imply or suggest bargains and even-numbered prices to imply quality. Have you ever considered, does 99 cents or, having something priced as $1.99 or $1.99 actually work? Well, prices ending in 9 tends to sell at a higher rate. whether it's $99 or $1.99. On average, tests have shown that 24% more sales occur if your price is at $100. The key word being at $100. So if you're just below it, fantastic. People look at it and go, must be a bargain. When you charge prices which end with odd numbers like $1.99 or $78.25, this is using the odd pricing strategy. Whereas prices ending in even numbers such as $200 or $18, this is using an even strategy. The next one is price bundling, marketing 2 or more products in a single package for a special price. A good example of this is when you purchase a mobile phone. These days, not everyone just purchases a mobile phone. In fact, it's probably more common to get a bundled offer where you're paying off your phone over 1, 2, or 3 year period, but you're also getting the actual service itself, which would include different data options. It might include an entertainment pack with things like Netflix or Spotify. So this would be an example of price bundling, taking several slightly different products that are interrelated and bundling it as one. Conversely, or opposite, you also have unbundling. This is reducing the bundle of services that comes with the basic product. A good example of this would be, rather than buying an entire CD or an entire album from a musician, you just buy that one song that you like. So rather than paying $10 for the entire album, you may just pay $1 or $2 per song that you really like. The next concept is two-part pricing. This is a price tactic that charges 2 separate amounts to consume a single good or service. Example of two-part pricing would include going to an amusement park where you pay an entry fee to get into the park, but once you're there, there are additional costs to ride specific rides. Another example could be a credit card. Sometimes credit cards come with a credit card fee. However, to use the credit card, there's also interest charges every time you purchase something. As marketers, we have to consider, though setting prices for your product can be tough, it can be the difference between executing a winning strategy or being left behind by the competition. Set a price too high and you miss out on valuable sales. Set them too low and you miss out on valuable revenues. Thankfully, pricing doesn't have to be a sacrifice or a shot in the dark. There are dozens of pricing models and strategies that can help you better understand how to set the right price for your audience as well as your revenue goals. At the end of the day, just remember, price is part of your core principles of marketing, which includes place, price, product, and promotion. Change any one of these elements and you change everything.